Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you'd like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all the relevant information. So today we're going to be looking at this video, Goku Had No Quit in Him, King Piccolo Fight Analysis from Sensible Saiyan. So, yeah, we're going Dragon Ball, and it's actually Dragon Ball this time. Like, not Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball Super. It's Dragon Ball, like the original story arcs, with Kid Goku and everything, which, yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z, most of it. I think I didn't quite make it through the Buu arc. For Dragon Ball, though, I didn't make it that far. Like, I did watch some of it when they started showing it on Toonami back in the day, but I just, for whatever reason, didn't keep up with it. I guess it wasn't as compelling to me, because it was like Goku as a kid, and it was a bit more comedy, a bit less action, and it just didn't quite hit. It didn't quite hit the same marks as its predecessor, which I had already watched a good portion of by the time it started to actually come out. So I don't know, never got to King Piccolo. I mean, obviously I'm a little bit aware of the lore with Piccolo, obviously, just because, I mean, I know Piccolo as a character in Z. So, I know, I guess, a little bit of how it went down, but I've never actually seen the fight, and don't know the full details of everything that led up to it, so this could be interesting. Yeah. Interested to take a look, regardless. Let's go ahead and get this started. Here we go.
You guys have been wanting me to break down an OG Dragon Ball fight, and that's what we're going to do.
Immediately after.
You guys have been wanting me to break down an OG Dragon Ball fight, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be analyzing and scoring the first fight between Goku and Demon King Piccolo. Yes, the first fight, because this one is super underrated. It's actually one of the more brutal fights in the franchise. Both fighters were out for blood here. Goku wants revenge for Krillin, and Piccolo wants revenge for his offspring Symbol.
This is the first time Krillin died?
The latter just being bodied by Goku. So these two are about to clash, and we're going to break this fight down and score it with the 10-point must system, just like we have been. For those who are new or need a refresher, this fight is going to be scheduled for 3 rounds. At the end of each round, the winner gets 10 points, and the loser gets 9 points or less, depending on how bad they lost. At the end of the 3rd round, if both fighters are still standing, the points get tallied, and the fighter with more points wins. But the fight can also end at any moment by knockout, TKO, submission, or DQ. Now that we covered that, let's get right into it. Sound the bell, round 1, let's go. Goku starts the round guns blazing, sprinting at Piccolo, and he's shot by speed. But it's not just the speed, it's the acrobatics. Once he closes the gap, he jumps into a spin so that they're eye level,
really analyzing the mechanics of the
quick right hand. He hits one more spin while Piccolo is composing himself, comes in with the left hook now, lands again. Piccolo catches on here and anticipates the right hook coming next. You can see he rolls with this one to take some of the steam off of it. It still lands, but not much damage done here. He still hasn't fully switched on and adjusted to Goku's speed or his dynamic style yet, because he gets caught off guard with his head kick that lands flush on the jaw. That one stuns him a little bit. Goku just relentless lunges right back at him while he's vulnerable, but Piccolo tries to grab him on the way and whoop! Goku dodges, wraps his tail around his arm, and swings in it like a tree branch to close the distance. Comes in with the left, but Piccolo manages to counter the left with a Tiger Claw strike. This lands clean, but it didn't do too much damage. Remember, he's still leaning back.
I guess that tail really added
over. He didn't really have enough time or space here to set up a more lethal counter. So Goku's able to bounce back like a pinball and land his back kick to the solar plexus that knocks Piccolo down.
Nice.
Beautiful start here by Goku. And this is just such a common theme from him in the OG Dragon Ball. He's really good at using his small size to cut unique angles on the bigger, taller opponents, closing the gap and catching them off guard. Basically making what would normally be his weakness into a strength. He's also got his tail that he uses perfectly with the style to make things even trickier, more unpredictable for his opponents.
I guess the tail wasn't as important
level with Kid Goku. You can't let him dictate the fight, bro. You have to put him in exchanges where his size works against him. Kind of like Master Roshi did in the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. But Piccolo is not on an even playing field here, because once he sees Goku's actually legit, he powers up and starts taking things seriously. And he's not going to let Goku dictate things either. He's pushing him back with his aura, and when he sees that his stance is compromised, he sprints at him. Look at the speed, bro. How many 7'4" senior citizens are moving like this. He lands an up kick on the chin that sends Goku into the sky. Now let's look at the vertical jump. Demon King Piccolo is an athlete. This is like that 70-year-old calisthenics guy all over again.
Oh, wow.
Clean.
Unfamiliar, but that's impressive.
Let's go. Get money. He's getting reps in. He's getting reps in.
Piccolo lands a monster right hand that launches Goku into the ground. He comes back down, reaches into the crater, and pulls up the young Saiyan who is absolutely rocked from the last exchange. Then here comes a punch square to his face. Again, Piccolo didn't turn over his hips here, so this is just a stiff arm punch. But it's because he wants to make him suffer. Look at him mashing his face here. He thinks he beat the fight out of him, but never underestimate the junkyard dog that is Goku, okay? He bites Piccolo to spite him. He always does whatever he can no matter how outmatched he is. Remember how he shot Grade 8 Vegeta in the eye even though it led to his torture? He's just built like that, bruh. Piccolo's trying to shake him off, but he's still got the pitbull jaw latched on, so he slams him onto a stone. Goku's stunned, but he won't let go. Then here comes a massive downward elbow that does the job. Then Goku gets punted by a soccer kick. Piccolo can't believe that this little shrimp damaged him. He tries to sweep it under the rug. Bro, we saw it happen. You've been exposed. Now he charges up a ki blast and launches the finisher. But Goku, only 15 years old and already basically a seasoned vet at this point, was only playing possum. Whoop! He dodges it in style. Still badly hurt and desperate though. Piccolo launches another ki blast at him, and I'm gonna say that this one landed. Yeah, the rock broke the impact, but you can see the shockwave still got him. Another ki blast, this one's a miss. Another one, another one, another one. Goku's still rocked and he's gassing out from all the pressure applied to him. Another ki blast flurry from Piccolo. The first 4 get dodged, but the 5th one catches him. So does this last ki blast. Goku is wiped out and hurt real bad. He gets back up, but he can barely keep his balance. Piccolo wants to make him do the chicken dance. So round 1 is in the books, and I'm actually going to score this one a 10-7 for Piccolo. I've gotten a decent amount of comments in my last couple of videos about how I shouldn't have given so many 10-9s in some of the previous fights. But you don't really give 10-8s and especially 10-7s unless it's dominant and there's a ton of damage done. This round is a perfect example. Goku was hurt really badly multiple times here, and Piccolo just completely took over the round. It's funny, the stats actually don't do a great job of showing just how dominant this round was, but I have them up here on the screen for you anyways. Keep in mind, of the 5 strikes that Goku landed, only about 1, maybe 2 were jarring shots, and still they didn't really hurt Piccolo much, just kind of made him switch on, take things more seriously. Whereas Piccolo had like 4 or 5 potential fight-ending blows. We're heading into round 2 with Goku hurt really badly. Let's see how he fares against the Demon King. Okay.
No one seems to know this, but Amazon actually has a $50 million fund that they have to pay out.
Okay, so round 2 starts off with Piccolo sprinting at Goku again, but this time he's going to switch up the angle of attack and come up from behind. He tries to punt him again, but Goku dodges. Then he leaps at Piccolo, trying to take out his legs from underneath him. He is out of there though. Goku cutting those unorthodox angles is not working anymore. He also tries that same relentless approach he had success with at the start of round 1, leaps up at Piccolo with the right hand, but boom, double hammer fist counter sends Goku back down. Man, this looks so familiar from this clip from Piccolo and Gohan's training during the Saiyan.
Oh, well, that's a nice
Piccolo
reference.
had deja vu, like, have I done this before? Or, anyways, the Demon King waits until Goku bounces off the floor, then he punts him again like a soccer ball. Look how much fun he's having. Really just ragdolling Goku. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Piccolo wants to punish him some more, so he winds up a huge left hand while Goku is still being launched, and boom, I think this one lands on his neck or upper back, but it could be a head shaft. I don't know, it looks kind of spinal to me. Goku bounces off the floor, still somehow has enough dog in him to come back for more after all of that. He's desperate to land, but look at Piccolo. Slip, slip, duck. 5 more slips. Goku desperate to land, not even giving him any angles anymore, just straight up forward approach. Piccolo counters with a claw strike that lands.
He did say this was the
himself
first
with a backflip,
right? So
and just lunges
Goku
at Piccolo.
probably loses this one.
But man, is he gonna pay for this. He's been lunging in way too much this fight, and Piccolo's got his timing all figured out. So he's able to counter with one of the craziest left hands you'll ever see in the entire franchise. Biggest shot of the fight, and Goku's hurt really, really badly. This fight is just brutal. I know a lot of you were sleeping on this fight when when you saw the thumbnail. Goku vs King Piccolo, I guess I'll watch. No, this is a banger. Anyways, somehow Goku is still able to get up after all of that, but he's on wobbly legs again. What an animal, dude. So is Piccolo, bro. Look at him sticking his tongue out, trolling him. You can't make this up. Look, he's laughing at him. But then Goku starts charging a Kamehameha, and watch how quickly Piccolo switches up. He's got PTSD from this move that sealed him in the past, called the Evil Containment Wave. Man, you all know this. But the relief and sheer joy in his eyes when he sees that it's just a ki blast, I've never seen anything like this. King Piccolo was so extra and theatrical, like some Shakespeare villain. So was Piccolo Jr. even up until the start of the Saiyan saga. Just off topic real quick, this panel when he's fighting Raditz always kills me. He says, "By the gods, is this the end of Piccolo?" Bro, this is not Shakespeare. Anyways, Goku fires off the Kamehameha, and Piccolo just stands there and tanks it like it was nothing. And we see one of the first instances of true terror on Goku's face. It's starting to rain, and we see Goku being flung across
I'm guessing
the
that usually works.
He probably got booted again or hit by an uppercut. Still defiant though, he has no quit in him. Piccolo lands a shovel hook on him that sends him flying. Now he's tired of the fight. He wants to KO. So he starts charging up for a massive ki blast. Goku staying calm and focused somehow under these circumstances, just waiting for the moment to dodge and counter. There it is. He takes the air to dodge the blast, then he comes back down at Piccolo hoping to land the kick, but he's a sitting duck here because Piccolo kept some of that ki he just charged up in reserve, and he's gonna launch a counter beam at Goku. Direct hit. He's falling down, and he's finally out. Knocked out cold, bro. The rain starts to pour, and Goku is literally folded like a lawn chair here as Piccolo walks up to his carcass and takes the 1-star Dragon Ball. Brutal finish, and one of Goku's worst losses in the show. I'm surprised people don't talk about this one as much. Piccolo wins the fight in the second round via knockout. Here are the stats
probably
for the
prefer
round
talking about the wins.
Goku attempted 22 strikes, landed none of them. Only thing he got off was a Kamehameha that got tanked on purpose. And Piccolo, funny enough, his striking stats are the exact same as the last round. Ki blasts were different though. He threw less volume but way more power, and he's just more efficient with it. And here are the stats overall for the fight if you're curious. Thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, and let me know in the comments, am I tripping or is this the worst loss of Goku's entire career? I can't think off the top of my head a time he lost a 1v1 this badly and in this brutal fashion. Anyways, I appreciate you guys, and I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that what this does is really set up just how serious an antagonist Goku is, or not Goku, Piccolo is for Goku, and it just makes the lead up to the final fight between them all the more better, just to find out how Goku is going to prevail eventually. Which I feel like, I mean, even in Dragon Ball Z, that's kind of a similar thing is used a lot of the time. Like, I feel like more often there, it's not always Goku who's the one who is losing. I mean, sometimes it is. Like, I feel like Goku stumbles a bit, and then he has to train or do whatever, go to that hyperbolic time chamber, and just get to the point where he can prevail, where he actually does have the power. But yeah, that definitely looked like quite the loss there. It also did. It looked like a really cool physical fight. Like, I mean, from watching Dragon Ball, I don't really remember a whole lot of that. Like, maybe I just didn't give it enough of a chance. I'm sure that's the case. Because, yeah, I definitely remember just more silliness and not really, like, really cool fights like that. Though, granted, I mean, this is when Goku was 15, and I think, like, at the very start of Dragon Ball, isn't he, like, 10 or 12 or I don't know, but he's even younger, I know. So maybe he had to grow up at least a little bit before we got to this kind of stuff. Whatever the case, this is pretty cool, and definitely a good video. I think it was presented well. I'm not really used to watching like fight breakdowns, but I think he did a good job, and it was an entertaining video. Anyway, hope you guys liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.